but it's also really important to me that I share with you not only the really good, exciting moments, but also like the little blips where I just don't feel great. I think that's really important that you see me as a human being, because I think a lot of people don't. So I don't know. I want that disclaimer out.
This was meant to be her big comeback. A gritty, high-stakes drama aimed at erasing the Snow White disaster and rebranding Rachel Ziegler as a serious, bankable star.
All the people who are up in my DMs trying to guess what character I'm playing, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to answer your DMs. If you have any opinions, I don't want to hear them.
But instead, the entire production was shut down. Not delayed, not restructured, just completely shut down mid-shoot. And according to industry whispers, all fingers are pointing in one direction. Rachel Ziegler was the problem, again.
I'm like so ready to just throw my phone away. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I know it's gonna happen.
The studio rushed to label it a scheduling conflict, but insiders are calling that a blatant lie. Multiple crew members say the set had been falling apart for weeks, shouting matches, eye rolls caught on camera, and even reports that an assistant director threatened to quit unless something changed. And at the center of all the chaos, Rachel, allegedly combative, dismissive, and totally unaware of the tension she was causing.
I don't want people to see me as ungrateful or anything like that. I was nervous that that's what this makes me look like.
Sources say it didn't start with one big outburst. It began subtly. Eye rolls during line readings, showing up late with an iced coffee in hand, and carrying an attitude that made it seem like she was doing everyone a favor by being there. One veteran lighting technician said, "She made it feel like we were lucky to work with her, not the other way around."
I'm gonna be on a talk show tonight and I'm gonna talk shit about them on the talk show. Talking shit on the talk show. This is the one time in my life where if you have something to say, I don't want to hear it.
But things didn't stay subtle for long. Crew members claim Rachel began demanding major script changes halfway through filming, changes that clashed with the original story arc allegedly. She tried rewriting scenes to better suit her public image, not the character she was supposed to portray.
I have nothing interesting to say. I look insane. Everyone's just ignoring my phone calls. Whatever, it's chill. I don't even care.
Then came the breaking point. When the director gave her some basic notes, simple stuff like hit your mark and dial back the delivery, she reportedly exploded. Witnesses say she raised her voice, accused the director of undermining her talent, and stormed off the set in full costume, while the cameras were still rolling.
That she believes that she should be able to express herself and speak her truth, or whatever nonsense, regardless of the consequences to everybody else.
That's when, according to insiders, everything started to fall apart. Crew morale collapsed almost overnight. A key supporting actor, central to the film's emotional storyline, allegedly refused to shoot another scene with Rachel until a mediator was brought in. The makeup team started rotating shifts just to avoid her trailer. One assistant summed it up perfectly. It became a walking PR nightmare.
There's two of me. Double the trouble, am I right? You can't check in. You're not an adult.
And the worst part, Rachel reportedly acted like none of it was her fault. She told people she was being targeted, misunderstood, and disrespected, even as the production fell apart around her. But this is where the story shifts from chaotic to catastrophic. This wasn't just some indie film quietly falling apart. This was a major studio project, meant to redeem Rachel's image after months of backlash from Snow White. Instead, it did the opposite. It confirmed every rumor, the diva behavior, the constant script meddling, and the refusal to take direction. She didn't just fumble her comeback, she set it on fire.
Don't want people to see me in a weakened state.
And while all of that was unfolding behind the scenes, the internet did what it does best, started digging. Reddit threads exploded. Meme accounts had a field day. And the phrase "she's not unlucky, she's unlikable" began trending. After 2 public meltdowns, people started connecting the dots. I didn't like Snow White, and now I know why. The actress acts like a total, yeah, all the time. Weird. So, how did Rachel respond? Not with reflection. Not with a PR-crafted apology. She went live on Instagram, hoodie on, sarcasm cranked up to 10, and ranted. No formal statement. No studio-approved messaging. Just Rachel, rolling her eyes, mocking the whole situation while fans watched in disbelief in the comments. Everyone's ignoring my calls. Whatever. It's chill. Except, it wasn't chill. It was reckless. Because allegedly, Rachel broke her NDA. Multiple sources say she violated her contract's non-disparagement clause by trashing the production while it was still filming. Lawyers were reportedly brought into comb through the live stream, frame by frame. Why? Because if she did breach her contract, the studio could drop her without needing a costly reshoot. And rumor has it, that's exactly what they are planning.
Address the elephant in the room. I'm the hottest person in the world.
Cue the laugh.
It's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful.
Like, who has been the most exciting person for you tonight? Oh my god. Besides, but shut took the word out of my mouth. Besides, I'm a narcissist.
I will elbow everyone out of the way to play the part. It's Hollywood, baby.
What an idiot I've been as a young person in this industry who has no filter and no idea what she's doing.
I don't need your business.
Even insurance providers are reportedly getting nervous, because when your lead actor becomes the biggest liability on set, it's not just lost time, it's millions down the drain. And Hollywood doesn't gamble on talent that costs that kind of money.
Zegler was supposed to believe is just so striking that even the supermodel like Gal Gadot is supposed to be homicidically jealous of her. I mean, we're supposed to completely suspend our disbelief.
They are pretending like Rachel Ziegler is the first of them all when she looks like Lord Farquaad in the film.
All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
This girl does not deserve a feature-length film.
Worse yet, the silence has begun. That cold, calculated silence that only happens when the industry starts cutting ties. No directors speaking out in her defense. No stylists reposting old photos. Not even a vague "we stand with Rachel" tweet. Just nothing. And in this town, radio silence says more than words ever could.
You identify with most? Mickey, Nemo, Peter Pan, or Dumbo? Dumbo. That's sad, but yeah.
And if you think that silence is accidental, think again. In Hollywood, everything leaks, unless lawyers are involved. Unless everyone's been quietly told to back off. Even her own PR team has gone dark. No statements, no tweets, not even a throwback red carpet post. The same people who once called her a rising star now won't even mention her name.
What would you say to those who are just kind of overly critiquing the film at this point? You've worked so hard on it.
Agents are now warning their clients, don't be seen with her. Not on red carpets, not at after parties, not even in the blurry background of a paparazzi shot. Why? Guilt by association. Because when an actress goes from Hollywood's next big thing to a walking HR risk in under 2 years, everyone scrambles to protect their own brand.
And also be having the greatest time and simultaneously wishing people would stop sending.
The new movie Rachel was set to headline. That casting call just quietly reopened. The studio hasn't given an official reason, but insiders say it's no coincidence. Whispers are growing that she's already been replaced, just without the messy headlines. And it's not just film roles. A major fashion brand had Rachel lined up for a spring campaign, until they wiped her completely. Scrubbed from the promo deck like she was never even part of it. That's not PR damage control. That's full-on erasure.
I don't know if I've ever explained before. I was cast in West Side Story on January 9th, 2019. 1919, so 19's my lucky number. That probably interests no one, but it's interesting to me, so bye.
Because in Hollywood, when they are done with you, they don't send a memo. They just forget you ever existed.
I'm be cursing, but I'm gonna do it anyways because I have no self-control. Sorry, Mr. Mouse. Like, in the eyes of the law, you have to be nice to me, and I'm...
But at this point, it's not just a Rachel problem, it's a ripple effect. Other Gen Z stars are reportedly being re-evaluated. Executives are digging through old interviews, flagging potential red flags, and rewriting contracts to include new behavioral clauses. Not because they hate authenticity, but because they are terrified of another Ziegler-level meltdown. One casting director told a trade magazine, off the record, of course, she made activism look bratty. Now studios are spooked. And that's not just bad for Rachel, that's bad for every young actress who actually knows how to handle a MIC without blowing up an entire production. So, what's next? Best case scenario. The studio Frankensteins together a half-salvageable version of the film and quietly dumps it on streaming. Worst case, the whole project dies in legal limbo, and Rachel's name gets quietly removed from every casting shortlist in town. Because this isn't a comeback story anymore. It's a cautionary tale. And the most brutal part, Rachel still doesn't seem to get it. Still posting, still smirking, still spinning, No apology. No accountability. So now we ask the question everyone's thinking. Is Rachel Ziegler's career officially over? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you've made it this far, you already know. The next video on your screen, it's even wilder.